people are getting shadow banned on the internet? No, you don't say. That's why in this video, we are going to be talking about the new revelations that are coming out from Project Veritas about Twitter engineers being caught on tape talking about rules that, of course, people don't know about that target people for shadow banning if they talk about certain conservative points. Those points being the 2 G's we can't mention here because we'll get demonetized. Because as me and Jason were just talking before the start of this video, we're getting hit with demonetizations left and right. One day, all the videos I did, we do 4 videos now. 1 video on the main, 3 videos on the backup. All of them just hit with no explanation, no reason why. But now, Jason, we're getting a little bit of insight to what is happening behind these big technocratic sites like Twitter and YouTube when these people speak out in confidence like they did to Project Veritas and tell us about the rules that they play by, but the public is not allowed to know for obviously specific reasons, because if we knew about these rules, there would be an uproar, right, Jason?
Yeah, you know, I honestly, the God and Guns comment was meh. To me, I get why they catch the headlines. To me,
those are the 2 G's, by the way. Just to clarify here,
yeah.
The main story here is if you're talking about guns and gods, you get classified as a Russian bot on Twitter. That's what was exposed.
Yes, absolutely.
But I didn't want to say it in the
Oh no, we can't. 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes doesn't matter. We'll probably get 20,000 views on this video, and then all of a sudden get reported. We'll have to wait another 40,000 views for them to demonetize it completely. But whatever. That's a side issue. The real issue is that's almost nothing to these in-depth conversations now. These recordings have been out for a while. They've been putting pieces out. But to me, the biggest one, and we're going to kind of go through this, is when they talk about, hey, there's a lot of unwritten rules, and we're from San Francisco here, and look, if we did something like this, we might not look too good. And you're just like, what in the hell? So they're talking about a vast program. This isn't 1 or 2 rules. This is them literally trying to define what speech is going to be promoted and what is going to be shadow banned completely and demoted. So let's just get into the video, and me and you will stop it here and there. It's a little rough to hear, but
yeah, we're trying to get the shitty people not show up. It's a product thing.
So is it going to essentially ban certain mindsets and or people who could be negative?
No, it's not gonna ban the mindset. It's gonna ban like a way of talking.
So I flagged something that's gonna go by you.
Correct, and then you look at it, you're like, oh hey, this is pro-Trump. And this might probably like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah, you know what?
So on the reverse of that, they would just let a lot of the, I guess, left-leaning or liberal stuff to go through unchecked.
It can come through check, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what, this is okay, let it go.
You made the comment that, Twitter maybe wouldn't, verbally say some things that they, wanted to put in their company policy, but they were kind of unwritten rules as far as the content that they would allow or disallow.
A lot of unwritten rules, and being that we're in San Francisco, we're in California, very liberal state, very blue state, you have to be, as a company, you can't really say it because it'll make you look bad.
Whoa!
But
yeah.
It'll make you look bad.
In San Francisco, too. Let's keep playing it. This is wild, man. This is great.
Okay, yeah,
this is wow.
Or something like that. It was never written. It was more said.
One strategy is to shadow ban so that you have ultimate control. The idea of the shadow ban is that you ban someone, but they don't know they've been banned because they keep posting, but no one sees their content. You just sort of turn off all of the features for them. So they still see everything. It's all there. You can like it, you can favorite it, or you can retweet or whatever. But at the end of the day, no one else interacts with no one else sees what you're doing. So
pause it there really quickly. This is what happened with the other story that we talked about just a few days ago, where again, tweets about the testimony of Lisa Page were shadow banned, ultimately for people's safety. This is how absurd this is going. These people are talking about absolute controlling a way of thinking. This is absolutely insane. Again, Twitter, it's a big public discourse. This is where political discussions, this is ultimately the public way of communicating. And they're just knowing that and saying, this is a lot of power. Let's use it in our own malicious ways. This is malicious, Jason. I don't see it any other way.
The gentleman used the term ultimate control. Then he discussed how, hey, you can like it, you can retweet it, we're just not going to save the data. Like it, you'll think you liked it, you'll think you retweeted it, we just won't let anybody else see it. Essentially, it goes nowhere. I love it when big corporations tell me how to think and act and curate content to protect me, such as public testimony of an FBI agent who clearly colluded to try to take Trump down before and after the election. But that's just me.
You're not allowed to see that. That's for your safety. And I keep saying, how would you like it that a stuck-up, yuppie hipster is deciding what is good for you, what you can and cannot hear? That world would be absolutely terrifying, and it's leading to a terrifying world, and it's being exposed. Is there more to that video, Jason? Is there more to play from the
But data's just thrown away. It's risky, though.
Why is it risky?
Because people will figure that shit out and be like, it's a lot of bad press if people figure out that you're shadow banning them. It's like unethical in some way, so I don't know.
Just go to a random tweet, and just look at the followers. It'll all be like guns, God, America, and with the American flag. And
Do you see how they're all talking like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? They're all like, we can't look press, my
favorite is like, it's sort of like unethical. It's sort of like unethical.
Yeah, maybe there's some kind of parasite that has infected these people's brains from outer space. Just totally making this stuff up out of nowhere. Just so you guys know, I'm not being serious with this. I'm being facetious. But Jason, wow, this is pretty insane. I mean, you knew there was a bias. The bias hits other people, by the way. It's not just people on the right. It's a lot of anti-establishment people outside the box. I mean, we just recently saw Julian Assange's mother being blocked on Twitter. We see people like Carrie Wedler, who's a part of the anti-media. She just wrote a whole nother piece, How I Became a Casualty in the Facebook, Twitter, Social Media Purges. And Carrie Wedler, who's kind of an anarchist thinker, she's an anarchist thinker, anti-government, anti-establishment thinker. She's not allowed to even use Twitter anymore, which is absolutely insane. And this bias, again, has been exposed on the right wing here, but it goes far beyond that, and it's far more sinister with the government control aspect of it, with not just stuck-up limousine liberal yuppie hipsters deciding with their little coffee lattes and all the little freaking donuts and cupcakes that they shove down their pie holes. No, it's not just them you have to worry about. It's also the government angle that needs to be reminded here, because a lot of people who are anti-government, anti-establishment also get hit, Jason.
Yeah, it's not about left or right. It's about squashing political dissidents. Let me ask you something, Luke. Yesterday was the 16th anniversary of the war in Iraq. How many establishment 2020 Democratic candidates went after Ari Fleischer yesterday that are running for president? I didn't see much of that.
And Tulsi do Ari Fleischer, I hope Tulsi did it.
Well, Tulsi's about the only one, and I was going to say maybe Tulsi, maybe Bernie. You know who didn't? Beto. Beto wants to bomb. He doesn't care. He didn't go after Ari Fleischer. He's the number one stunner, $6.1 million on the first day. Let's run a loser who couldn't beat Grandpa Munster in a Senate race. But that's the narrative. So tell me again who they're really trying to crush. Believe me, there was a lot more outcry against the Iraq war yesterday than was even allowed on Twitter. It trended for a little while, then it kind of disappeared, Luke. That should have trended all day long. But that's not what the establishment wants you to hear about. So you know what they'll shift it to? Frank Howard, Syracuse basketball superstar. Sports. I mean, I see sports trending so much. Even I don't follow sports. You know, they're supposed to be tailored to you. I don't know. I see a lot of sports trending in my feed. How about you?
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb sports ball in the feed. And again, it's curated. We have to understand what's trending. It's not really trending because if it was trending, topics like Kardashians, PewDiePie, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber would dominate all the time just because of the sheer amount of fans and followers that these people have. And if the algorithm really was going by the trends, it would be going about what all these people are mainly talking about, and those would be also the things there. But yeah, I also seen a very big increase in sports. There's also another lawsuit. I know a lot of people are suing Twitter, which again, we need more information. We need organizations like Project Veritas. Now, of course, Project Veritas are mainly kind of on a right-wing aspect. We need a Project Veritas that's going to expose all this bullcrap. But good on James O'Keefe. Good on Project Veritas for exposing this. Let's give them props and props are due. And I mean, holy cow, explosive video that really highlights very important issue of just free speech and just how the public discourse is being hijacked by special interests, by people and their biases. Because again, people aren't perfect. You should never give your power to somebody else. You should never entrust other people to be responsible for you. This is why, Jason, I come more from the anarchistic view mindset. You come from the minarchistic mindset. But again, this is showing you what happens when you entrust people with certain things and they just fail time and time again with what they promised they're giving you to what they're actually doing. And again, this video just released a couple days. Seriously, definitely a lot of respect to Project Veritas for releasing this. Anything else you want to say, Jason, on this specific topic?
Yeah, much love to Project Veritas on this one. And I also want to point out that they don't tell you when they're promoting topics either. I go and check out the news every morning, and today, Levi Strauss is on the rebound, and they're going to have a public offering, America Blue Jeans. Guess who's tweeting about Levi Strauss? Nobody that's not getting paid, because nobody gives a flying rat's ass about a jean company that's 50, 60 years old, Luke. I mean, that's the facts, but that's what's shoved down your throats. Folks, think for yourself. Please subscribe to this channel in the back.